The first time Captain Dorian Hale saw her, she wasn't wearing armor. Not human armor, at least. Her skin shimmered beneath the blue light of the containment chamber like molten silver. Alive, flowing, impossible. She stood motionless, eyes closed, every line of her alien form etched with the precision of something sculpted, not born. Dorian's pulse hammered as he approached the glass. "She's conscious?" he asked the lab tech beside him. The tech, a nervous young recruit, swallowed hard. "Barely. We found her in the wreckage of the Zherans ship. She, keeps repeating something in our language." "What?" Dorian's voice came out low, steady. The tech's eyes flicked to the readout, then to the glass. "She says, 'Take it off.'" Dorian frowned. "Take what off?" Before the tech could answer, the alien's eyes snapped open, pale like liquid mercury. The containment field flickered once, and Dorian swore he felt her gaze pierce straight through him. "Take it off," she whispered again. The sound wasn't heard so much as felt, vibrating through the air, through bone. Later that night, Dorian couldn't sleep. The whisper echoed in his head, looping endlessly. "Take it off." He'd survived 3 planetary wars, seen death in every form, yet this voice, unraveled something inside him he didn't understand. The alien wasn't like the others the Terran Federation had captured. She didn't resist, didn't scream, didn't even ask for freedom. She simply waited, her eyes following him whenever he entered the lab. By the 4th night, curiosity and unease won. Dorian bypassed the security locks and entered the chamber alone. She was standing there, illuminated by the sterile glow of containment lights, the air around her shimmering faintly as if reality bent near her skin. "Do you understand me?" he asked. "Yes." Her voice was soft, melodic, almost human, but there was a resonance beneath it, a vibration that made his thoughts blur. "You said to take it off," he murmured. "Take what off?" She tilted her head, eyes catching the dim light. "Your armor. Your walls. The things that make you less." Dorian gave a short laugh. "Less. That armor keeps me alive." Her gaze didn't waver. Alive, or contained. Something about the way she said it unsettled him. He found his hands brushing the edge of his exosuit, tracing the lines of his uniform like it was suddenly too tight. "Why do you want me to?" "Because I want to see what's beneath," she whispered, stepping closer until only the energy field separated them. The human beneath the shell. The field crackled, humming faintly as she reached toward it. "You're afraid," she said. "But I can take that away. If you let me." Against every rule, every instinct drilled into him by years of command, Dorian deactivated the barrier. The air changed instantly, thicker, charged. She stepped forward, and her bare feet left faint glowing prints on the metal floor. When she touched his chest, it wasn't cold or hot. It was everything. A pulse ran through him like electricity and light combined. Her fingers brushed the collar of his armor. "Take it off," she breathed again. He obeyed. Piece by piece, the exosuit fell away. Shoulder plating, gauntlets, chest shield. The world seemed to narrow to the rhythm of his breath and her luminous eyes. When the final piece hit the floor, silence settled between them. She lifted her hand to his face, tracing the scar across his jaw. "So fragile," she murmured. "So beautiful in your imperfection." Her touch was no longer merely touch. It was invasion, communion. He felt memories unspool, fragments of childhood, war, loss, all drawn from him as though she was reading his soul. "What are you doing?" he gasped. "Seeing you," she whispered. "And showing you me." The world exploded into visions. Dorian's mind filled with alien landscapes. Oceans of light, cities suspended in air, beings of energy rather than flesh. He saw her people, the Zherans, not as enemies but as exiles fleeing extinction. And he saw what the Federation had done to them, burned their worlds, taken their dead for study. When his vision cleared, tears streaked his face. She stood before him, trembling, her own glow dimmed. "They said you came here to conquer," he said softly. "We came here to survive," she replied. "But your kind saw only monsters." Dorian took a step closer. "Then let me help you." Her eyes softened, but sorrow shadowed them. "It's too late for that. They will come for me soon. And for you. Then we run." She smiled faintly. "You would leave your kind for me?" He hesitated, but only for a moment. "For the truth, yes." Her hand rose again, touching his temple. "Then see the truth." The world dissolved. He was floating, weightless, surrounded by infinite darkness and points of starlight. Then he saw Earth, small and fragile, its atmosphere glowing faintly. Around it, unseen by human eyes, hundreds of Zheran ships hung cloaked, waiting. "They were waiting for me," she said, her voice echoing inside his mind. "To decide if your world deserves saving or cleansing." Dorian's blood ran cold. "And now I see one man willing to understand. But one man may not be enough." The stars rippled, the illusion fading. He found himself back in the chamber, gasping. She stood inches away, her glow flickering weakly. "Tell them," she said. "Tell them what you saw. Tell them we are not your enemy." "I will," he swore. But as the door burst open and alarms blared, she looked at him one last time, eyes filled with something he couldn't name. Pity, maybe. Or love. "They won't believe you," she whispered. "And when they don't, you'll lose everything." Before he could answer, she pressed her palm to his chest. One final surge of energy, one final whisper. Then her form disintegrated into light. When Dorian woke in the medbay, the lab was gone. They told him the alien had escaped, that he'd been found unconscious beside a destroyed containment field. His security clearance was revoked, his command suspended. But none of that mattered. Because sometimes, late at night, when the stars glowed just right, he could still hear her voice in the back of his mind. "Take it off," he'd obeyed. And in doing so, he'd lost his rank, his certainty, his neatly ordered sense of right and wrong. But he'd also seen what no other human had, the beauty of something beyond fear. And he couldn't stop wondering if she was still out there, watching, waiting for humanity to finally take off its armor too.